Hello, my name is Austyn Svenson and I am reading Finders Keepers for Franklin, story written by Paulette Bourgeois, illustrated by Brenda Clark. Franklin could count by twos and tie his shoes. He was good at seeing things that others missed. Once Franklin found a lucky four-leaf clover. Another time, he found the keys his mother had lost. Wow, Franklin has found so many things. What do you think he will find in the story? Can you draw a picture of what you think Franklin will find in this story? But one day, Franklin found something special. What do you think it is? Franklin was walking to the park when he spotted a flash of blue. Something was lying by the side of the path. "Oh," said Franklin, picking it up, "a camera." He had never found something quite so wonderful. Franklin's found a camera. Do you think he plans to keep it or do something else with it? What do you think he will do with it? I think he's gonna take a lot of pictures with it. Franklin looked through the viewfinder, which is a little spot in the camera where you can see so that you can take pictures of what you want to take instead of just taking random photos. He imagined he was a photographer, which is just someone who takes photos, just like Grandma, who took last summer's pictures. "Say cheese," he said. Franklin pretended to click the clicker. Then he noticed that somebody had already taken one picture. I wonder what that picture is of. As soon as Franklin got to the park, he showed the camera to his friends. "Wow," said Moose, "is that yours?" "Not exactly," said Franklin. "I found it." Does that make it his or does that make it someone else's? Beaver shrugged. "Finders keepers," she said. Finders keepers is a rule that some people have that if they find something, then it is now theirs. I don't think that's right. Do you? Do you think what Beaver said about finders keepers is right? Think of a time when you lost something. How would you feel if someone else found what you lost and didn't return it to you? If you found something someone lost, would you return it? "Well, I looked, but there's no name on the camera," said Franklin. "Then it's yours," insisted Beaver. "I don't know about that. That just seems a little mean. What if someone's missing the camera?" "It's not like stealing," said Moose. "You found it." Still, Franklin knew he wasn't allowed to keep things that didn't belong to him. He decided to find the owner later. Do you think that's good that Franklin thought that way? I think it's good. Just then, Beaver made a funny face. "That's good," said Franklin. He snapped a picture. Me too," cried Moose and Rabbit. Before he knew it, Franklin had used the rest of the film. Do you think it was right that Franklin used the rest of the film in the camera? Because this is someone else's camera. Franklin took the film out of the camera and put it in his marble bag. "I'll have to get more film," he said. "Are you keeping the camera?" asked Moose. Franklin looked surprised. Why do you think he looked surprised? He knows the camera is not his, even though he found it. "Whoops, I almost forgot it isn't mine." "Silly," said Franklin. "I'd better find out who lost it." "Maybe the owner will be mad because you used the camera," Beaver said. Franklin gulped. "I didn't think of that." Do you think the owner of the camera will be mad? I don't know. Let's find out. Now, Franklin wasn't sure what to do. He didn't like it when someone was angry with him. Franklin thought for a while. After his friends left, he put the camera back where he'd found it. "That's better," he said. "Now nobody would be mad at me." Why do you think Franklin took the film out of the camera, but put the camera back where he found it? Do you think he should have done that? What do you think he should do instead of what he just did? I think he should get the camera and return it, or try to find who owns it. Franklin went home and ate a nice supper. After supper, Franklin's father wanted to play marbles. When Franklin opened his marble bag, the film rolled out. Oh no, that might not be a good thing. What's this? Asked Franklin's father. Said Franklin. His father waited patiently. That's a good dad, waiting patiently. Finally, Franklin blurted out the whole story. Finding the camera, using it, and then putting the camera back. So you used something that didn't belong to you? Asked his father. Oh no, he might be in trouble. Not on purpose, answered Franklin. It just sort of happened. What do you think should happen now? Said his father. I don't know. What do you think should happen? Franklin thought and thought. Maybe we should get the camera and try to find the owner, he said finally. That's a good idea, Franklin. So Franklin and his father got the camera, made signs, and posted them in the park. That's good because that's where he found the camera. They waited a week, but nobody claimed the camera. Then they went to the police station and told the officers that they'd found a camera. Still, nobody claimed it. Finally, Franklin took the film to be developed. He brought a new roll of film with his allowance and popped it into the camera. Do you think it's good that Franklin went out and bought another film since he used the other one? I think that's good. The next day, the pictures were ready. Franklin held up a photo of Raccoon's family. I know who owns the camera, he shouted. Raccoon must have taken a picture just before he lost the camera, and he's been away, so he didn't see our signs. Franklin returned the camera to Raccoon and apologized for using his film. Raccoon wasn't mad at all. He was so happy to have his camera back that he shared his snack with Franklin. Cheese, said Franklin, smiling, and Raccoon snapped a picture. What do you think the lesson in this story is? Do you think Franklin did the right thing by returning the camera? Or do you think he should have kept the camera? What would you do? Is there anything in this story that you would change? I think I would change the part where Franklin put the camera back, because I think he should have told his parents or someone and tried to find the owner to begin with. I also think that he should have kept the camera after he found it so that he could find the owner for it. Okay, thank you for listening.